Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. First of all, I'd like to thank you for watching all those videos and lectures that we have been providing in our leadership class. Dear students and fellows, we alhamdulillah have a very good news that our classes are going to be started in I guess 15 of this month, Asad, as I have heard. So we will be going to have physical classes, and we will be having your questions answered, and we will share our new lectures, and we will deliver them in the physical classes. So coming to the class, today is going to be our 15th lecture. Our 15th lecture is on new topics, the circle of tolerance, types of personality, types of personality in ways that leads to various personalities in our life, in our personal life, political and business life. As you know that we have discussed important topics in the previous class. That was leading and motivating, what motivates people and how to inspire the working environment. We have discussed these topics in our classes, in our previous classes. So we will be having a very quick and short review of what we have studied in our previous class, and then we will be going to continue our new lectures, inshallah. So we discussed leading and motivating. We said that leading is actually taking someone towards success. It is actually minimizing the risk. The more risk you take, the more you become a good leader. So there is a positive relationship of the risk and the return in the leadership. We said that motivating is also important. In motivating, we are actually trying to increase the productivity of our team or our employees or the people that are working under our leadership. So the next one was how leadership works, as we discussed in the above slides, that amongst the things that we have studied was what motivates people actually. So the first thing that motivates people we studied was find out what motivates the people who report to you. Actually, we're focusing on the people who are under our command, who are actually reporting to us. So the first thing is we listen to them, we ask them, we listen to their questions, we answer their questions. That is the first thing. Listening is an art, a leadership should have. The other one was getting people working on what's important. You are actually encouraging the people that are under your leadership to work on the important activities. We discussed the difference between important activities and the routine activities. We say that routine activities are activities that are performed on daily basis, while the important activities are the prioritized activities without which we cannot actually function properly. If we have been given by our leadership, by our management, an activity that is very important, we should ignore all the routine activities. For example, taking attendance, or for example, creating daily transactions, and etc. Explain and train. You have actually identified the important activities, you have listened to them, then explain to them what is important, why it is important. So this explanation, this training requires proper planning in order to train your employees, and the training can take place through seminars, workshops, and other capacity building programs that will help your employees to understand what's important and what's not. So the other part was let people work. You are allowing people to work, to focus on the work they have. You should not interfere with your employees. You should not interrupt them. Let them work. Do not go into the details. Allow them to finish their work, and then at the end they will report to you. Be generous with people, with employees, and praise and recognition. You have to recognize the employees which are doing best. You should appreciate them, you should praise them. This praise may not be only with a physical cash or an increment or a bonus. It could be a thank you note, it could be a letter, it could be for example a piece of clothes, a pair of clothes, it could be a shoes you are providing them in etc. in terms of physical things, in terms of cash, in terms of praising, in etc. Expect excellence. Now you have gone through all of these 5-6 steps. Now you can expect excellence from the employees, and they will also expect excellence from you in your organization. Remember, employees will only be happy to work in organizations which are top quality organizations, which are providing top class services and products. So keep this thing in mind, and an organization can be a top class, a world class organization only if you are treating the employees fair enough, properly. Care about people and show it. Actually, by taking care of your employee means you're actually listening to your employees. You're actually paying attention to them. You're actually allowing them to speak. You're actually helping them out in the time of in the situation where they have problems. Treat employees with respect. That's what is actually important in each and every walk of life. You should treat your employees with respect, with proper treatment, and you should give them time. You should respect even if there is a guard, if there is a cook that is working in your organization. You should respect them. You should treat them as human beings, because they are human beings. خداوند سر یک مثال سر شما رحم کرده، امرایتان همکاری کرده که شما را رئیس ساخته. هدف از اون نیست که شما تحقیر کنین و به احترامی یک کارمند یا آشپز یا گاردار از شما به احترامیش کنین. دیگه با این خاطر شما باید احترامش من حیث انسان، من حیث یک کارمندتان که بالا شما حق داره باید احترامش بکنین. So the next part is lead by example. It's very important. If you want to be a good leader, be an example. Be someone that actually your employees are trying to copy you. کارهای را انجام بدین که بخواین که مثل شما، مانند شما باشن. Not like a dictator, not like someone who is disliked by the employees. So this was all about what we discussed in the previous class. As I said, if you have queries, you can share your queries. Otherwise, you will continue our new lecture, inshallah. So as I said that our today's lecture will be on circle of tolerance and personality. So our today's first part of the slide is the circle of tolerance. This is a very important topic. The first thing is we need to know why we are focusing on this topic, and then we are focusing on personality. You know, in the organizations when we work, there are different types of people. People have different views. People have different understanding of different things. Your view may be different than the other person. The other person's view may be different than yours. That is why tolerance is playing a very important role in organizations. There will be conflicts available in the organization. As a leader, as a manager, how you control those conflicts. Conflicts are natural. Go to your house, see around, look around. Your brother does not have behavior like of yours. Your sister, even your father and mother, they have different views, they have different understanding. For example, start from eating. For example, you like having, for example, pizza. You like to eat pizza, but your other brother, he likes to eat fish. So you cannot force your brother to actually adopt what you like. So this is like conflict. Conflicts are available. If we take this into ikhtilaf, even ikhtilaf is available in our some parts of our religious matters. هدف ما از فرایض و واجبات نیست، یعنی از عقیده خداوند و کل چیزا خواصی هست، اما در مسائل فروعی حتی در مذاهب اختلافات است و این اختلافات خیر است. در مسائل دفتر هم اگر اختلافات خرد و ریزه وجود داره، در کار در سیستم سیاسی یک کشور اگر اختلافات خرد و ریزه وجود داره، او اختلافات بسیار جدی نیست، او را ما باید من حیث عادی تریت کنیم. Yes, so there are natural conflicts that you have to tolerate. اختلافات طبیعی که از او را ما باید تحمل بکنیم. On the otherwise side, there are dangerous conflicts. There are conflicts that are dangerous for a country. For example, there are some normal conflicts. For example, there are two political parties working in a country. One wants the system to be in one way while the other wants to in the other way. So as a leader, you should tolerate the other party. You should tolerate this conflict that is available. You have to deal with it in a natural way, rather than dealing with it in a bad way, in an unacceptable way. So that is very important to how you handle the conflicts. Sometimes there are bigger conflicts available in countries. As a leader, for example, there are various parties available in Afghanistan, let's say. مثال ما شما میگیم که مردم میگن که کرزی صاحب یک خوبیش ای بود که او میتونست که اقوام مختلف سر خود جمع کنه و وارا به یک شکل ناشکال وارا نبانن که مسائل قومی و دیگه مسائل پیدا شود. دیگه ای یک خصلت است که باید رهبر داشته باشه. شاید کرزی صاحب دیگه زیاد نقاط منفی داشته باشه، خب من به خاطر ایسی که پایامو براتون کنوی کنم شما رو به این موضوع بفهمونم. So basically we have like natural conflicts that are natural. We have to accept them. We have to accept our brother to have a different hobby than us. But there are sometimes dangerous conflicts that can lead our country to war, that can lead problems in the organizations. So these conflicts have to be handled in a very proper way. But as طریق حکمت باید و مسائل ما شما حل کنیم. You see here that it is certain that conflicts exist in all organizations. It is important to handle them. Some conflicts are conflicts that you have to leave them, do not touch them. Some conflicts have to be handled. Typical organization actually finish those conflicts by reducing the circle of allowable circle of behavior. It means that if two departments have conflicts, they actually try to let them understand and understand how they have to treat to each other, how they have to talk to each other, and create circles in order that they can sit together. مثال وارا بنان میخواین وارا یگان جای کت خود شکر میبرن تا که مشکلات ما بینشان ختم شود و اختتام پیدا کنه و امرای یک دیگه خوب شود. Also, you know, there are different understandings in the organization that people have. What we actually need to do is we have to avoid our political views, our personal understanding. We have to keep it away from the organizational understanding. We have to be actually someone which is loyal to the organization if you're working in the organization. Your first priority is the organizational work that you should. اولت ما شما که در یک organization کار میکنیم، اولت ما شما کارای organization است. یعنی اگر ما در یک چیز یک برداشت شخصی داشته باشیم و از او مشکل جور میشه، ما باید از او برداشت ما باید صرف نظر کنیم، ما باید قربانی بتیم تا که مشکلات به دیگران خلق نشه. یگان وقت چیزای رخ میخوره، یگان چیزای شما میبینید که او خلاف اصول مذهبی و ملی و عنعنوی ما شماست. مثال شما در ارگانیزیشن کار میکنین یا مثال میبینین که اوجا یک خانم است و او در حجاب نه و رئیسش برش میگه که دیگه من حجابت قبول ندارم و تو دیگه بعد از این باید در کوبای بیایی. ببینین این یک خلاف اصول مذهبی و ملی ما شما شد. در این وقت شما میتونین که مخالفت کنین و کانفلیکت کاران جور نکنین، اما بگین که این مناسب نیست. مثال یک از دوستای من یک از بانک ها کار میکردن، یک ارگانیزیشن هایی که به اصطلاح مؤسسه مالی بود، باز برشان رئیسش کدام پروژه را میداد که در اون مسئله سود بود، که پروژه بود که در اون سود انوالو بود. او گفت که من نمیکنم، خلاص گفت که این مسئله است که خداوند خفه میشه و ما در اون مسئله کار نمیکنم. رئیسش ایمیل کرد، پس ایمیلش به اساس آیات و حدیث جواب داد، گفته که ما به این مجبور هستم که اطاعت شما را بکنم. I have to obey you because you are the head or the chief executive officer of the organization. But before you I have to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if in your obedience I actually make Allah unhappy, then I will not obey you. گفت که اگر با اطاعت شما خداوند از من ناراض میشه، من اطاعت شما را نمیکنم. بعدن که ایمیل کرد مسئله باز حل شد و چیز نگفت. So you see how you control the conflict. You see how these people control the conflict. اول گفتن که سود است به طریقه بسیار احسن مستقیما گفت که من نمیکنم، شما خفه نشوید. باز ایمیل که کرد و پس ایمیلش جواب داد. اگر باز فورس میکرد او میگفت که ما را مجبور نکنین، رای آخرش همی بود که نمیکنم. اگر او میگفت که استعفا میداد. حتی ایرم کرده میتونست که از رای قانون بره دا رای آخر، یعنی عریضه کنه در سارنوالی که بر من میگه که کار انجام بده که دو خدا ناراض میشه. و یا مثال به دیگه ارگانی که مثال یا برشان مسئول هستن به او میتونستن. So this is how you have to handle conflicts. ما باید یک پروسیجر ما باید مراعات بکنیم تا که کانفلیکت حل کنیم. ما بین دو نفر جنجال است، این مناسب نیست که ما بیایم این حیث رهبر اردویش رخصت کنیم. برین شما اردویتان رخصت است، ترمینیشن برش نوشته کنیم. این معقول نیست. This is not how it works because this is not a procedural justice. You have to look at the situation and then handle it. یگان وقت شاید شما مجبور شوید که ترمینیت کنید. خدا نخواسته یک کارمند دیگه کارمند با چاقو زد. یک جنجالشان خیز جنگ کردن با چاقو زد، یکیش وضعیتش بسیار خراب شد. شما دیگه چاره ندارین جز از که او را ترمینیت کنین یا با سارنوالی معرفی کنین یا از دفتر بکشین یا بیادبی بی احترامی نفر بسیار به حد کلان کرد و بیادبی بی احترامی فرق میکنه. You see now this is the مسئله شما باید این قسم کانفلیکت را هندل کنید. دیگه the most creative people are people who have big ideas, big personalities, and these people are actually very frank, and they are actually gathering people on a frank behavior, on a very smiley face, and on a very good ethical behavior. So کسایی هستن که و کنفلیکت‌ها هم حل میکنن، اما با شکل اشکالی که مشکل در او خلق زیاد نمیشه و مشکلات مردم با یک طریقه و حل میکنن. خب the next part in the conflict of interest is you have to understand that you have to allow people to express their ideas, to express themselves. So we can have like various ideas available in the organization, and we can have creative ideas we can have creative ideas, and we can let them inspire others. By creative ideas we mean that if there are people working in an organization and you have to allow people to have conflicting ideas sometimes. یک ما که قسمی که پیش مثال سود برای شما دادم که گفت که ما کار نمیکنم، این یک مثال شده میتونه به خود رئیس که رئیس بفهمه که در آینده ما به کسی چیزی نبگویم که او قسم ما امرای یک رد العمل یک جواب ما روبرو شوم و یا امرای یک قسم بر خود روبرو شوم که مشکل در آینده خلص این یک مسئله است. دیگه مسئله به دیگه کارمندامی است که والا یه آدم خب بسیار آدم استریت فورورد بود و رئیس که گپ زد گپش صحیح نبود او برش جواب داد. آینده اگر رئیس بر ما یک چیزی بگه که خلاف قانون خلاف اصول مذهبی ما شما باشه، ما میتونیم که مقسم برش بگیم که رئیس شما خفه نشوین، ما نمیتونیم که کار انجام بدیم. You see, sometimes you have to say no, but saying no would be would be maybe used very rare in organizations. So that has to be an understanding that we have to keep in mind. ضمناً یک مسئله دیگه ای است که ما باید به مردم اجازه بدیم که و خود اکسپرس کنن، گپای خود، مسائل و مشکلات خود بگین یک، و دیگه نظریات نو اگه داشته باشه. یگان وقت شاید نظریات و همراه نظریات ما سر نخوره، اما نظریات و شاید مفید باشه، شاید نظریات باشه که خیرش به ارگانیزیشن میرسه. دیگه این هم یگان وقت کانفلیکت است که میشینین شما بحث میکنین و میگه که قسم صحیح نیست و قسم صحیح است. دیگه این راه را به این باز میکنه که نظریات نو در یک ارگانیزیشن بیاید و نظریات بیاید که در او ما بتانیم که ارگانیزیشن خود به یک طرف خوب ببریم. خب the other part is, you see, there are a lot of unknowns in the organization. What we remember to keep, what we have to remember and to keep in mind is to respect our employees, as we said in the previous lecture. In the lecture I just have revised. We have to have respect. We have to listen to each other. Maybe we have our own opinion on something. We have to be given opportunity to argue on what we have in mind. So if our opinion is having a weight, like a nazari ma wazan dara, if our opinion is right, if that is correct, then what actually happens is you have to respect and you have to accept what opinion we are expressing. On a political base, for example, for example, you as a leader, you have become a very successful leader and you are having your own opinion. And with that opinion, without that way of working out things, with working things out, you come up to the government. ما مثال ترکیه را بر شما میتونم. قبل از رئیس صاحب اردوغان، رجب طیب اردوغان، یک سیستم دیگه بود. سیستم بود که کمال آتاتورک او را جور کرده بود که او با اساس بود که در او نظام بسیار آنارشی بود، گدودی بود، با اساس استوار بود که قدر علما در او نمیشد. علما بسیار قید شده بودن، حتی اجازه به اذان نبود، حتی دخترها اجازه نداشتن که با مکتب ده حجاب برن، حتی وکیلا اجازه نداشتن که همراه حجاب به پارلمان برن. اردوغان که آمد، اول کاری که کرد او شاروالی را گرفت، شاروالی را جور کرد خوب صحیح، امو اپینینی که داشت او را سر مردم قبولان، او را پس آورد من حیث وزیر که آورد، او کار شروع کرد کارم کرد، کشور خود از قرضای IMF و ورلد بانک خلاص کرد. بعد از او چیزایی که صحیح نبود او را پس کرد. مسئله اذان به مساجد اجازه نبود، گفت که چرا مسلمان هستن کلگی اذان میتن، بانن که اذان بتن. بعد از او مثال به حجاب مردم اجازه داد که حجاب داشته باشن، اما تو زیاد چیزا بود که او را عملی کرد. ببینید یک اپینین داشت و اپینینش چون او یک تجربه داشت، یک میریت داشت، کار کرده بود، بک‌گراندش خوب بود، مردم به او اجازه داد که چیزای مثبتی که باشه، با مردم آزادی باشه، او را عملی کرد. So the last part in today's lecture would be that personal conflicts arise in each and every organization. یعنی مشکلات و conflict در هر organization ایجاد میشه. But how you deal with it, that is important. You have to deal a conflict like a mature person. Like شما مثل یک بالغ، یک عاقل انسان باید که conflict ما برخورد بکنیم و قسم conflict را هندل نکنیم که و ما قاضی نشویم که در آینده باز مشکلات خلق شود که ما باز نتانیم که conflict ها را هندل کنیم. یک مشکل پیش شد، با جایزی که شما یک نفر بیایه براتون شیطانی کنه، دیگه نفر شیطانی کنه و بین دو نفر مثال جنگ پیش شد، اردویشو بخواین پیش بشانین، یکش جدا بشانین، باردویشو یک جای جدا بشانین، گپایشان رو گوش کنین، اردو را قناعت بتین، باز اردو را یک جای بخواین، اردو را بگوین که شما صلح کنین، در صلح خیر است، جنجالات چجور نمیشه، خیر است، گزاره کنین، همکار هستین، برادر هستین. ببینید this is how you have to deal. مابین دو پارتیا یا دو تنظیمات یک دولت مشکلات ایجاد شد، جنگ شروع شد. شما من حیث رهبر سیوم شما میتونید که هر دو پارتی ها را، هر دو تنظیم ها را بشانین، بگین که دی جنجالات شروع نمیشه، ما شما مسلمان هستیم، افغان هستیم، بیاین که مو جنگا را بس کنیم، بیاین که شریک بشینیم، یک حکومت مشترک جور کنیم، خارجی ها را، دیگرها را، همسایه را، هیچ کس اجازه ندیم که در کشور ما مداخله کنه. بیاین یک کشوری، یک جماعتی یا مثال یک معاشره جامعه بسیار منظمی داشته باشیم که از کلگی ما افغانا باشیم و در یک فضای همدلی و برادری زندگی بکنیم. So you see, this is how you handle the conflicts and how you have to keep the circle of tolerance in an organization. So that was all about our today's class. In the next class we will be discussing personality, and inshallah I will be meeting you in the coming class. Until then, شما را به خداوند لا یزال میسپارم. السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته.